exercises, breathing exercises, mantras, and other meditative practices. What really differentiates yoga from physical exercise is the inner awareness and breath control. So don't let your mind wander, keep the awareness within you, focus your mind on your breath, and visualize the part of body you're exercising. That is what will bring maximum benefit through yoga. That is what really is yoga. Otherwise, it's just plain and simple exercise. Yoga is designed to increase energy of communication in body systems. It stimulates better immune system and body's repair mechanism. It makes you feel better. But the same sort of palliative yoga exercises also has a therapeutic effect. And Dr. Rajan has innovated on a very unique yoga therapy method called measured yoga therapy, where we measure how the nadis on our fingertips are performing. And on the basis of that, we can recommend some very targeted exercises that can benefit your particular condition. So if any of you want to schedule a consultation, you can email me or you can email Jayashree Prakash. The email addresses are right here. Close to 1,000 people have gone through our yoga therapy program and people have had substantial benefits. Ever since the COVID restrictions got lifted, Dr. Rajan hosts clinics in the Washington, D.C. area uh, on Sunday. So every Sunday. So if any of you want to get an in-person nadi testing and consultation, you can get in touch with us. Also, we are launching an additional sister program to measured yoga therapy, which will be an year-round measured yoga therapy program as a monthly membership, and people can get their nadi testing and consultation with Dr. Rajan on a regular basis through a membership program. And we're calling that a health rejuvenation membership, and those people can have access to a web portal on which they can do their own personalized yoga protocol on a set of videos. Points to note about today's yoga class. First and foremost, please follow instructions to avoid any adverse reactions. The important instruction is to keep your spine straight and take support if needed. And do your practices gently without strain. If it is too much strain on the body, then it's not yoga by definition. Also, there is a limit in duration or count. Please follow it. When you have doubt, avoid the practice or seek clarification. But remember that the liability is entirely yours. Do not multitask or merge two exercises. The slower you do, the better it is for you. The other very important thing is regular discipline practice. So if you miss a day, use the video recording from our yoga channel on YouTube, Life in Yoga Rajan, where we broadcast our sessions live and it's saved there automatically. Yoga brings good health of mind and body. It brings inner awareness and a sense of cosmic connection. And with that, I'll welcome you all to our yoga family, and I will let Dr. Rajan start today's session.
Namaste, everyone. As usual, we begin with 3 ohms. Let's take a deep breath in. So as usual, last few days we have been doing, those of you who are regular in participating, if any one of you would like to share why it is what motivates you to be so regular, we would love to hear from you. So Yolanda, would you like to share with us?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
So I had the honor of meeting you about 7 years ago, I think.
Yes.
And my life has really changed dramatically. And I would say not just the physical, but being able to process all the emotions that are around from other people and from even from the past. And that's what I really appreciate about this approach that you have, that it builds slowly and with perseverance, things fall into place naturally.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Happy to.
Thank
you.
So we'll go on to the chakra vibrations. So just 1 second, there's a flicker. Why is it flickering? Okay. Bring your awareness to the perineum. 1 second, I see some new names over here. Shri Kansal. Is there anybody here who is new? If so, please unmute yourself and say yes.
Yes,
Okay. Pavan Jain, yes.
Jane is new. We just joined today. We got a reference from
Okay.
Raj Kishore, who's been doing a yoga for a couple of months.
Sure. Pavan Jain, where are you from, you said?
Washington, D.C.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. And anybody else who is new? Okay. So in that case, I'm going to give a little bit of a preview of what we do over here. While most people, when they think of yoga, they think in terms of a yoga mat, and then the physical yoga asanas and the breathing techniques is what people focus on. While that is technically from a Hatha Yoga perspective, what we do is what we call as all aspects of yoga. When we say that, what do we mean? Essentially, yoga has 3 practice traditions. The concept of yoga, many of you know, is the connectivity beyond the body into universal consciousness, or where our roots were, where from we were born and where we go after death. That connectivity is the concept of the building of the yoga, often associated with the concept of self-realization, what existence is all about, and those things that are directly experienced, not simply mindfully analyzed, but experience where you're able to transcend the body. Now, with respect to practice approaches, there are essentially 3 approaches. One approach is it starts from physical purification to promote the communication within. That once it reaches a point where it has fully purified, that communication may be able to communicate beyond the body. The focus beginning with the physical purification is called Hatha Yoga. That is why you do all these physical elements. The second approach is called Tantra Yoga. In Tantra Yoga, the main focus is on how to use vibrations to go beyond the body. And the third approach is called Bhakti Yoga. That is of the zone of mental cleansing, that is mentally letting go. So essentially what you would say, surrendering to God. So these are the 3 basic approaches to yoga. But yoga is neither one of these. It is really the experience of connecting, transcending the body. That is what yoga is all about. These are all simply yoga practices approach. Now, when we practice over here, we integrate all of them together because our approach is based upon the grounding in the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, which is the authoritative, comprehensive document of the principles of yoga. So in our practice here, we begin with a Tantra Yoga practice. Actually, almost all of what we do here is Tantra Yoga practice. And we do use in the meditative aspect, while we are using mostly Tantra, the concept of letting go and surrendering to God is really a concept of Bhakti Yoga. So the first part we do is what is called chakra vibration. In this chakra vibration, we visualize a column along the middle of the body, from the perineum to the middle of the top of the head. And in 7 different points there, we vibrate a specific vibration. And the idea is to open out the communication channel in a more subtle way. This practice is important because we say it removes conflicts between what is called the causal body or the soul body and the subtle body or the vibration body. Because when the conflicts exist there, it causes mental health issues as well as autoimmune conditions. So for the mental health issues we are thinking of is depression, anxiety, and various other things like that. And that is why we include this as a daily process, because this, if anybody has depression, anxiety, worries, this will help to kick all of that out of the system. Then the second part of the exercise we get into is breathing exercises and spinal alignment exercises, all seated on a chair. And we do it in a way where we do all movements along with breath. When breath and movements are added together, It is considered the Tantra Yoga tradition where they call it as Prana Kriya. That is how you move the vitality in along with the motion and the breath. So that is the way we approach that. And the third element is our meditation, where we let go and focus on a vibration. Focusing on the vibration is again a Tantra Yoga technique. Letting go is really the Bhakti Yoga technique. So with that as an introduction, let's begin with the visualization of a column from the perineum to the middle of the top of the head. Perineum is the spot that is between the anus and the genital area. So when you're seated, you can think of it as the spot that is right in the middle between the two buttocks that are supporting you. So focusing there and mentally trying to squeeze there, pressing on the little finger with the thumb, we do the vibration LUM. So take a deep breath in. LUM. LUM. Release the finger and continue. Last time. Now bring the awareness 1 inch above the perineum, pressing on the ring finger with the thumb. We do VUM. And 1 inch above the perineum is the place behind the place where we urinate in the middle of the body relative to front and back. So let's go with VUM. Take a deep breath in. VUM. 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 Release the fingers and continue. One last time. Bring the awareness behind the navel in the middle of the body. And there we do RUM, like you are mentally drawing in the navel, trying to squeeze it. And we press on the middle finger with the thumb. Take a deep breath in. RUM. RUM. Ram. 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 Release the fingers and continue. Ram. Ram. Now, bring the awareness in the middle of the chest, in between the breasts, and here we do yum, pressing on the index finger with the thumb. Yum. 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 Release the finger and continue. Yum. Last time. Yum. Bring the awareness to the throat and focus there. We do hum. And we have the thumbs up with a loose fist as the hand position. Hum. 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 Last ever, release the hands and continue. Bring the awareness to the middle of the head. And here we do chum, thumbs up, loose fist. Sham. Sham. Release the hands and continue. Top of the head, we do Om. Again, thumbs up, loose fist. Om. Release the hand and continue. Last time. Now, we go on to the happy face breathing, the Ujjayi Pranayama. So those of you who know it, please proceed. And those of you who need instruction, with your eyes closed, bring your focus to the bottommost part of the mouth that connects into the neck, what we call as the throat, but we are specifically focused on the hole that is right inside the body and the bottommost part of the mouth that connects into the neck. Focusing there, make a big smile. As you make a big smile with the cheeks pulling out with your mouth closed, feel a slight stretch in that hole. Focusing on that stretch, inhale and exhale slowly. And as you inhale, feel like a sucking sensation in that hole. And as you exhale, feel a reverse sucking sensation. Continue. Those of you who are new, you may want to have your video on. Only for people whose videos are on, I can tell whether they're doing it right or not. Now let's go on to the respiratory mantra. Bring your awareness behind the sternum in the middle of the body and feel a flow through the middle of the body and out the top of the head. And as the flow is going, visualize there is a vibration going out, and that vibration is Haim Em Am. 3 syllables, Haim Em Am. Feel the flow. Haim Em Am, Haim Em Am, Haim Em Am. Now we go on to the circulation mantra. Feel the lungs, the chest vibrate. Haim, 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 Haim. That we visualize that. Okay. So now, looking at the time, I still want to do Kapalbhati for 3 minutes. Yesterday we did the Bahya Kumbhak. Today we'll do Kapalbhati and we'll alternate each day. So Kapalbhati is, those of you who have done it regularly, you know, it is forced exhalation, but we do it smoothly and without any jerk or strain. We begin by pulling in the abdominal area in, and while it's pulled in, from there we start exhaling. Only the abdominal area is being pulled in. The other parts of the body are not moving, except you might find a slight pulling up of the pelvic floor, like squeezing the buttock slightly, which is okay. But you don't want the shoulder to move. Continue.
Balmukund, I'm following you. Where's Dr. Narayan?
I'm right here. If you stop talking, you'll see me. Okay. Now, let's continue to our spinal alignment practice. Those of you who like to do it a little intensely, You can bring your hands behind your back and hold the elbows. Those who wanted to do it less intensively, don't do that. Keep your hands loose. Whatever makes perfect sense for you. I'm going to spotlight for everyone if people have a problem seeing me. Okay. So this way, all of you can see me very clearly. Okay. So now, if you're, take a deep breath in, pull back the shoulders, expand the chest, and as you exhale, gently tilt the head and bring the ear towards one shoulder. Inhale, come back. Exhale, go the other way. Inhale, come back, and continue. Last exhalation. Inhale, come back up. And as you exhale, turn the head and look over one shoulder. Inhale, come back. Exhale, look over the other shoulder. Inhale, come back, and continue. Last exhalation, turn. Inhale, come back. Next inhalation, lift up the chin and go all the way back. Exhale, bring the chin down towards the chest. And continue. Inhale, back. Exhale, chin down towards the chest. Last exhalation, bring the chin down to the chest. Release your hands and we go 360 degrees around the neck. Inhale, half a circle, and exhale, complete the circle, and continue. Last exhalation, complete the circle and go in the reverse direction. Last inhalation and last exhalation. And now we go on to the shoulder exercises. Inhale, lift up one shoulder. Exhale, rotate it back and bring it down. Inhale, lift up the other shoulder. Exhale, rotate it back and bring it down. Continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we'll skip a few exercises given the time. Bring your hands behind your head and get hold of the opposite elbow. As you exhale, pull on one elbow. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, pull on the other elbow. Inhale, come back up, and continue. And as you exhale, release the hand and bring it down. Get hold of the elbows behind the back and take a deep breath in. Expand the chest, pull back the shoulders, and as you exhale, twist the spine to one side. Inhale, come back. Exhale, twist the spine the other way. Inhale, come back, and continue. Last exhalation. Inhale, come back, and get your hands to your hips behind the back. And as you inhale, push on one hand and make a backward arch. Exhale, come back to the forward position. Inhale, push on the other hand and make a backward arch. And exhale, come forward and continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we cross one leg over the other. The leg that is on the top, get hold of the knee. And as you exhale, cross it over and pull it towards the opposite shoulder and turn the head the other way. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull and turn. Last exhalation, pull and turn. Inhale, release. Let's cross the other leg over. Exhale, inhale. Last exhalation, pull up and inhale, release. Now we will do both our shoulders together. Inhale, lift up both the shoulders, lift up the hips, and bring your awareness of the inhalation to the middle of the head. And exhale, rotate back, hips relax, and your awareness comes downward towards the leg. So let's continue a few breaths. Last inhalation and last exhalation. And now you can check your breath. If you find they're approximately equal, all good. If you find that one is more than the other, you may want to do the alternate nostril breathing with the visualization. And when we say visualization, let's say that you're going to close one nostril and you begin with exhalation. Feel like the exhalation is coming from the middle of the head, the opposite side, and going out that way. And then inhale. Complete the inhalation, feel the awareness cross over the face and come and lodge in the middle of the head. Close that nostril and exhale. And then inhale again, cross over, come to the middle of the head, shift the nostril, and feel the exhale go out the other way. This is the visualization. In many schools of yoga, they like to keep one or two fingers right in the middle of the head, the index finger or the middle finger or both, right into the middle of the head, and they keep the thumb and the ring and little finger on the two nostrils. And so they go, because by keeping the finger in the middle of the forehead, they remember with each inhalation, exhalation, that is the point of focus. Now we will go on to the spinal mantra. So here is the instruction. We do the 7 mantras from the feet and ankle to the knees to the lowermost part of the spine, which is in between the buttocks and the back, and then the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, the cervical spine in the neck, and then in the back of the head, in the very top, called the Shikha point. The mantra for the feet and neck are the same, that is Aim.
Now let us begin from the feet and ankle with mantra Aim, moving to knees where we vibrate Shim, and move on to the base of the spine where we do Jim. Aim, Shim, 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 Jim. Now we move from the base of the spine to the lumbar region, then to the thoracic or the back region of the spine with Jim, Jaim, Haim. So let's go. Jim, Jaim, Haim. 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 Now we move from the thoracic spine to the spine and the neck to the back of the head with Haim, Aim, Om. Let's go. Haim, Aim, Om. 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 Now we do all the 7 mantras in sequence, starting from the feet and ankle. Aim, Shim, Jim, Jaim, Haim, Aim, Om. 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 I'm Shim Jim Jime I'm O. 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 I'm Shim Jim Jime I'm O.
Now we go on to our Bhastrika Pranayam. So the way in which we are doing the new Bhastrika Pranayam, we begin by exhalation. You could keep the hand positions either one of the ways you want, no problem. If you don't want to use a hand position, that's also fine. But I'll use the hand position, elbows by the side of the chest, palms open. And as I exhale, I close the fist, feel the compression in the sternum, the throat, and then the forehead. And then I take a deep breath in, inhale. As we take the inhalation, feel the sternum fill up and exhale slowly. And again, the compression in the three places. Continue. 2. Exhale. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. Exhale. 14. Exhale. 15. Exhale. 16. Exhale. 17. Exhale. 18. Exhale. 19. Exhale. 20. Exhale. Now, close the left nostril, inhale deeply through the right nostril. Hold the breath. Exhale through the left nostril. And then relax.
Dr. Rajshekar, please don't go so fast. Thank you, Baba.
Now let's go on to the second round, and we'll try to do it a little slower as Dr. Rukmini Kumar requested. So again, keep the palms open, and as you exhale, compression in the sternum, the throat, and the forehead, and keep the fist. And now inhale, open, go. Fill the sternum up, exhale. Two. Exhale. Three. Exhale. Four. Exhale. Five. Exhale. Six. Exhale. Seven. Exhale. Eight. Exhale. Nine. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 30. Exhale. 40. Exhale. 50. Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 90. Exhale. 20. Exhale.
Perfect.
Keep the eyes closed. Close the left nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Hold the breath. Exhale through the left nostril. Relax. Keep the eyes closed. Observe the sensations within. I should probably say observe the awareness within. Let's go on to one more round of Bhastrika. Get the hands in a ready position. Keep the palms open. Exhale, close the fist. Feel the compression in the chest, throat, and forehead, and we begin inhalation. Exhale. Two. Exhale. Three. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Five. Exhale. Six. Exhale. Seven. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 30. Exhale. 40. Exhale. 50. Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 90. Exhale. 20. Exhale. Close the left nostril, taking a deep breath in through the right nostril. Hold the breath. Exhale through the left nostril. Keep the eyes closed and awareness with it. Mentally tell yourself, I give up all ideas and concepts and I care about nothing. I let go of everything. I let go of everything. I let go of everything. If you have a personal mantra, you can focus on it. And if you don't have a personal mantra, you can visualize a rising vibration from behind the sternum going through the top of the head, to the middle of the body and the out of the head. And that vibration feels like 3 syllables. Haim Em Om. Haim Em Om, Haim Em Om, Haim Em Om. And we will have Om playing in the background. Mentally affirm to yourself, may I be guided to fulfill the purpose for which I am born. And with that as the thought, become aware of your senses from the top of the body all the way down to the bottom of the feet. And whenever you feel you want to open your eyes, you can raise your hands up and bring it a few inches in front of the face and look straight into the palm of your hands as you open your eyes. So today we have half-hour time for any discussion. And there are two suggestions I have received in the chat box. Can we do the pelvic squeeze exercise, that is Bahya Kumbhak? And then another is whether we can do eye exercises. So as we go along, and I have a plan to do Kapalbhati and Bahya Kumbhak on alternate days. So we'll see how it goes. And one of these days, we will also do the eye exercises. Okay. So now I'm open to any topics you want me to talk about. But there are two things that I will suggest, whichever you want to talk about, we can. One is we changed the Bhastrika to what we are doing in the last few days. If you want to talk about why we changed the Bhastrika, we can present the original sutras from the original text and we can discuss them. And the other thing was about the water, the nature of the water, and we can discuss that. How many people want to learn about the Bhastrika, the original sutras, from where they come? Okay, so some of you.
Dr. Rajan, I have a question. So while doing the Bhastrika, I see that you only inhale through the right nostril, right? Is there any reason for that?
Yes, that is what the textbook says. So, but it can also be done, the last inhalation, instead of inhaling through the right nostril and exhaling through the left, you can simply take the full breath in, hold the breath and exhale out. So there are two different documents, the Hatha Yoga Pradipika and the Gheranda Samhita. We can look at them. Now, how many people want to go through the water discussion, first? Well, it seems like equal number of hands are on the two sides. Okay, let me do the following. I will cover both of them today. The water discussion, we may only cover part of it, but the discussion related to the Bhastrika, we can cover very quickly. So there were a few other questions about, one is, what is the lumbar region and the thoracic region? Okay. The spine is divided into 5 regions. The topmost region is the back of the neck. And this is called the cervical region. The next, where the ribs are all working, that is called the thoracic region. And below the thoracic region, where the ribs end, from that end till the hip bone, this area is called the lumbar region, just above the hip and below the ribs. And then, of course, comes the hip, and below the hip, the spine that goes in between the buttocks is called, the top part flat is called sacrum, and the one below that is called the coccyx. So any case, so those are the regions. So I've answered that question. And one other suggestion was, can we please talk about different meditations? Yes. So how many people want to talk about different meditations today, in which case we won't have time for anything else? Okay. So what we will do is, we will do the different meditations next session. So let's quickly cover both the water as well as the, first starting with the Bhastrika, why we did this. Okay. So I will share with you the original documents that we have been working with that speaks to the Bhastrika are they are from the Hatha Yoga Pradipika as well as the Gheranda Samhita. These are the two important Hatha Yoga original documents from where the practices are described. So here it is. I'm sharing the screen so all of you can see it. The Hatha Yoga Pradipika, the sutras we deal with come from, I'll actually present them right here. Okay, you can see it. You can see over here, these are, I believe they are from chapter 5, sutra number 59 to 67. 59 to 67, I believe, of chapter 5 is what is, explains what is the nature of the Bhastrika. So many of you here know a little bit of Sanskrit or maybe a lot of Sanskrit. So the first sutra before 59 says, Ata Bhastrika. So this is Bhastrika or thus Bhastrika. And how is it described? First thing it says is you must have Padmasana. And so it says established over the thighs auspiciously with both soles of the feet upward. The feet is, both soles of the feet is Padmasana, and apparently which destroys all sins. So that is the translation. So let's look at the Sanskrit verse, what it says. Urvor upari. Urva refers to the thighs. Upari above that. Sanstapya, have established there. And how? Shubhe, auspiciously established there. Pada tale ubhe, with the soles of the feet, both soles of the feet, the right over there. Padmasanam bhavet. That is how Padmasana, that is Padmasana, bhavet, how Padmasana shows up. Eta bhavet tat sarvam papa pranashanam. That dissipates or destroys all sins. So that is how it is described as the seated posture from where you begin. So our understanding is the Padmasana, if you do, the back stays very erect. So the implication of it is you need to have the spine erect. The next sutra number 60 says, locked in full Padmasana with balanced abdomen and neck and with clear intellect and face in integrative balance, with effort breathe out through the nose. Okay, so what does the sutra in Sanskrit says? Samyak Padmasanam Baddha. Samyak means complete, full. Padmasanam Baddha means bound in or locked in. Samagriva Udaraha Sudhihi. So Sama is balance, Griva is neck, Udara is abdominal area, Sudhihi with clear intellect. Mukham Samyam. Mukham Samyamya. So the face is composed in integrative balance. Yatnena, by effort. Pranam Granena Rechet. Rechet means to exhale. Grana is the nose. So through the nose, exhale. What? Pranam. It doesn't really say breath, it says pranam or the life force. So it is very interesting. It uses the word life force, and perhaps that is a better way to say it rather than breath, because as it continues to sutra number 61, thus feeling the contact, assume the compression of exhalation from the spiritual heart, behind the sternum, the throat, and to the extent of the forehead, with awareness and maybe with a soft sound of exhalation. You quickly inhale after that, also to the lotus of the heart, you inhale the air. So that is sutra number 61. Yatha lagati. Yatha means thus. So you have in the sutra number 60, it says, prana to be exhaled through the nose with effort. Yatha das lagati hrit kanthe kapala avadi saswanam. Yatha das lagati is to feel the contact. Hrit is considered the hidden area which refers to the sternum or the part behind the sternum. Kantha is the throat. Hrit kanthe kapala avadi. So it is to the extent from the behind the sternum all the way to the kapala. You can think of it as the forehead or the full head, okay, to the extent of it. Saswanam. So when you're exhaling with effort, so you feel that kind of a mild vibration or sound, saswanam, with awareness, you do that. Vegena pureyecha api. Vegena means quickly, rapidly. Puraye means to pureyecha is also to inhale and inhale. Api also hrit padma avadhi. Hrit padma is the lotus of the heart, avadhi, to that extent. So feel the fullness of the breath going in as you inhale right to the lotus of the heart, the sternum, that area. And what do you do? Inhale marutam. So there you inhale the breath. Marutam means air. So you can see that in the exhalation, the word used is pranam. And when you inhale, it is the word used is breath or marutam. Okay. And then sutra number 62. Punar virachayet tadvat purayet cha punaha punaha. So again exhale, then after that inhale and do it again and again. And then what does it say next? So the next line, yathaiva, just like, loha karena. Loha karena means one who works with iron, that is a blacksmith. Bhastra vegena chalayet. So just like the blacksmith uses the bhastra rapidly or moves the bhastra rapidly. So bhastra means the bellows rapidly. So then exhale and then inhale again and again, as if a blacksmith rapidly working the bhastra. So this is how these sutras are explained, and it continues. Sutra number 63 says, in the same way, in one's body, move the air intelligently. When the body feels worked out, then do Surya inhalation. Surya inhalation means through the right nostril inhalation. So the sutra says in Sanskrit, tathaiva, thereafter or from there, in this, or we should more appropriately in the same way, tathaiva. Swasharirastham, in one's body, established in one's body. Chalayet, to move. Chalayet, pavanam dhiya. Pavanam is the air. Dhiya is with intelligently. Yada shramo, if there is, shrama means effort, or where you will see that as a result of the effort you feel worked out. Okay. Bhavet, yada shramo bhavet, dehe, in the body. Tada suryena purayet. Then do the Surya inhalation. Next sutra 64. From the belly, when the air feels full and light, hold the nostril with the middle and index finger without strong intent or force. So yatha udaram bhavet purnam. So when you feel that the belly is full, completely full, purnam, anilena, with air, tatha laghu, and it feels light, dharayet nasikam, that means hold in the nose, madhya tarjani bhyam. Madhya is the middle finger, tarjani is the index finger. So madhya tarjani bhyam, vina dridham, without force, without strong intent or force. Next, sutra number 65. Having done the kumbhaka as per process, exhaling the air through the ida, which is the left side, one overcomes vata, pitta, and kapha. Actually, phlegm is kapha, so we can just put it as kapha over there. And fire of the body enhances. So let's see how it says that. Vidhivat kumbhakam. According to process, vidhivat kumbhakam means according to the process of the kumbhakam, kritva, having done. Rechayet idaya anilam. Exhale through the ida nadi, the air, through the left nostril. Vata, pitta, shleshma, haram. Vata, pitta, and shleshma is the kapha, haram, overcome. Sharira, agni, vivardhanam. The fire in the body gets enhanced or more strongly ignited. Then next sutra, 66. One quickly becomes aware of the kundali with the air feeling peaceful and nourishing. The impeding kapha in the mouth of the Brahmanadi is destroyed. I need to explain that in the Hatha Yoga concept, there are three, what would you call, locks or knots, three knots. They are called granthis. One is in the belly area, the other is in the heart area, and the third is in the forehead area. And these three are called, Brahma Granthi is the one in the belly area, in the heart area is called Vishnu Granthi, and the one in the forehead area is called Rudra Granthi. So now what it says over here is, Kundali, Surya, I'm reading Sutra number 66 in Sanskrit, Kundali Bodhakam. You become aware of the Kundali. Chipram Pavanam Sukhadam Hitam. That is, Shipram means quickly. You become aware of the Kundali quickly. Pavanam Sukhadam Hitam. With the air that is, with the air feeling peaceful and something that is nourishing or helpful for you. Brahmanadi Mukhe Sanstha Kapha. So in the Brahmanadi, Brahmanadi Mukhe, in the mouth of the Brahmanadi, Sanstha Kapha, the established kapha there, Argala Nashanam. Argala refers to impeding, that which impedes, the kapha that is impeding Argala, that is, Nashanam is destroyed. Then Sutra number 67, I'll read the full English translation. In the full body, the three granthis are breached, in particular the work of this Bhastra Kumbhakam. So how does it say in Sanskrit? Samyak means complete or full. Gatra is the body. Samudbhuta, so in the full body, Samudbhuta. Samudbhuta, Granthi Traya Vibhedakam. The Granthi, which are three in number, are Vibhedakam, are breached, are opened up. Visheshenaiva Kartavyam Bhastrakyam Kumbhakam Trividham. Tvitham. It is actually, it is not Bhastrakyam Kumbhakam Tu Idam is what it is. So, Visheshena Eva Kartavyam Bhastrakyam. So, this is the work of the Bhastrakyam that you have done, the Bhastra Kumbhakam, that you have a Bhastrakyam Kumbhakam Tu Idam. So, Tu Idam is of the work of this. So in the full body of the three granthis are breached, in particular the work of this Bhastra Kumbhakam. So that is how the Hatha Yoga Pradipika describes how this does. So as you can understand, the later elements mentioning is the outcome of the Bhastrika, but and you can feel the deep quietness within. And the earlier part is how it is being done. In this, as you notice, there is no number of counts or anything mentioned over here. So when you feel tired, you inhale through the right nostril, hold the breath, and exhale through the left nostril. The other document, which is the Gheranda Samhita. So there again, in the Gheranda Samhita, the first line there says, Atha Bhastrika Kumbhakaha. So this is what is the Bhastrika Kumbhaka is explained. Sutra number 65 there basically says, like a blacksmith uses the bhastra, that is the bellows, in the same sequence imagined, move the air breath through both the nostrils in a slow or actually it is really in a slow manner. Okay, so that is how it is described. By the way, whenever you describe the movement of the bellows of the blacksmith, if you have seen it, how it is done is inhalation or the lifting of the bellows is quick, but when the exhalation or the pressing of the bellows is done, it is done slowly and gradually. Because if the air is rushed too much, the flame will become unsteady. You want the flame to get the oxygen and increase the heat of the flame, right? So it is done gradually. So that is Sutra number 65. Bhasraiva Loha Karanam. So just like the blacksmith with the use of the bhastra, Yatha Kramena Sambhramet. Yatha, according, or the krama is the sequence, as according to the sequence that the blacksmith uses, Sambhramet, that is to fully imagine that, the sequence imagined. Tatha Vayu Cha Nasabhyam Ubhaya Nasabhyam Ubhabhyam. So with both the nostrils, Ubhabhyam means with both the nostrils, Chalayet, move, Shanai. Shanai means slow. Actually, Chanai means to cover, but in the Sandhi over here, Chalayet Shanai becomes Chalayet Shanai. So the next Sutra number 66 says, after doing thus 20 times, do Kumbhakam. So this is where the number of 20 comes, at the end of which move the breath as explained before, according to process. Evam Vimshati Varam. Vimshati Varam means 12 times. Vimshati Varam Kritva. Having done that, Kuryacha Kumbhakam. After that, do the Kumbhaka. Tadante, thereafter, at the end of that, Chalayet Vayu Purvoktam Cha Yathavidhi. So having completed 20 times and then doing the Kumbhaka, then do the Bhastrika again as said before. And then Sutra number 67, doing 3 times as practice by sadhaka, the Bhastrika Kumbhaka with the sadhaka who has a clear intellect, one with right-mindedness, is not afflicted by diseases and impurities and has health day after day. So that is the translation. Trivaram, 3 times. Sadhayet yenam Bhastrika Kumbhakam Sudhihi. So 3 times done, Sadhayet yenam, according to the sadhana by the sadhaka, Bhastrika Kumbhakam, this Bhastrika Kumbhakam, Sudhihi, with clear intellect, with clear mindedness. Nacha rogo, the person does not get, na is never, or cha is also, or and, rogo is diseases, nacha klesha, and also klesha, na and klesha is the klesha means impurities. Arogyam cha dine dine. Arogyam is health, good health. Cha also, and dine dine, day after day. Okay, so this is how the Bhastrika is described in the original sutras. So I'm going to stop sharing over here So now we go on to the next subject of the water. Any quick questions on the Bhastrika from the original text?
You said 20 times, right? But you read it as 12 plus 4. Like,
I read it as 12 plus 4.
when I thought you translated the first.
It is 20 times. Vimshati varam is what I said.
No, but first you said Vicent is 20, but you said 12. That's what you're asking.
Oh, no. Vimshati varam means 20 times, not 12.
20, yeah.
I'm sorry if I said
Thank
that.
you.
Okay, Vimshati varam means 20 times.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
after they're doing it, you do the kumbhakam, and you do this the 20 breaths and the kumbhakam 3 times. You do that, right?
So we have started the practice, right? We are doing a Bhastrika and Kumbhakam. We have
Yeah.
started recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Narayan,
Yeah.
I'm not very clear on the exhaling operation. Can you demonstrate once again?
Yes. Okay. So those of you who are not speaking, please mute yourself. So think of me as having taken a deep breath in, and when I'm exhaling, I go like this. You can see I'm doing it with effort, and you're able to hear a small sound. Were you able to hear the sound?
Yes.
Yeah. That is what is called saswanam. So the key is the focus. When you do it, the focus with effort, automatically some very mild sound will come. So I'll do it one more time. Right? So that is the exhalation. So when we are doing normal Bhastrika, we have inhaled. Right? So there it is. So question answered?
Okay, answer.
Okay.
Thank you.
Saurabh Srivastav, you have your hand up.
Yeah, just a quick thing on the translation of the Shloka 75. Is it saying inhalation should be slow and exhalation should be fast, or the other way?
Okay. So in the way in which the Hatha Yoga Pradipika says, interestingly, in many people tend to read the sutras as separately. In fact, sutras are written where a combined set of sutras have to be read like a paragraph, not individually. Each follows the other. So I'll actually show you, since you have asked that question, I'll share the screen again and show you. The specific element that happens is here. You have the Hatha Yoga Pradipika right over here. Now what happens is, some people tend to do the translation where they look at the sutra number 60 and the 61 as separate. So sutra, they are not separate. They have to be read like one paragraph. It is the same thing that is continuing. So here it says how to exhale, right? Sutra number 60. And sutra number 61, yatha means thus. And so, yeah, but what is thus? Thus means you have referred to something, how you have exhaled. Thus, lagati, here, this thing is referring to the exhalation because it's beginning with yatha. And having done that, yatha lagati, this thing, vegena purayet. So quickly inhale. Whereas in the wrong translation done in the book, it says it should be filled. It begins with the second sutra. It should be filled up to the lotus of the heart by drawing in with force, because it says vegena, vegena means with speed, quickly. It says with force, making noise and touching the throat, the chest, and the head, which is the first line over there. So they have done a wrong translation here. If you look at that, that is what you will see. So what you see is over here is exhalation is done with effort and inhalation is done faster. And but this refers to the exhalation yatha. Okay. Now, there is clarity built in all of these from two places. Okay. The place there where it builds in clarity is in sutra number in 62. It says how a bhastra goes. That is how a bellows goes. And a bellows always goes inhale or lift up the bellows to take in the breath air quickly, whereas it is exhaled is slow. That is how the bellows work. Now that is clarified in the sutra number 75 over here. Like a blacksmith, uses the bellows, sequence imagined, move the air slow. Chalet shanai. Shanai means slow. The shanai becomes chalet is part of it, and the other part is shanai. Chalet ending with shanai beginning becomes shanai in the sandhi. Okay? Are you okay with that? Okay. So now, so Saurabh Srivastav, is that okay?
Sure, Doctor.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, now I'll just introduce you quickly to the water element and we'll stop because it's already 7:30. You see, within the Vedic hymns, it is very interesting. You see, in North India, of course, when you do it mostly with the Hindi, Om Jai Jagadish Hare, you say everything is, you surrender to God, everything, and you get whatever you get, all of those. This thing, you end with that in the final arati, right? So now in South India, the same final arati is done with a very interesting Vedic hymn, and that is called the Mantra Pushpa. So you begin with Pushpavan, Prajavan, Pashuman, Bhavati, Ye, Evam Veda, Yopam, Ayatanam Veda. Yopam. Apam is water. Yopam, Ayatanam Veda, Ayatanavan, Bhavati. And so you first talk about Pushpavan, Prajavan, Pashuman, Bhavati. In those days, you see, Pushpa is flower. Pushpavan is one who has lot of flowers. Prajavan, who has lot of children, lot of people, a lot of followers. Pashuman is somebody who owns a lot of cattle. Bhavati, ya evam Veda, yo apam ayatanam Veda. It all comes through the water. Ayatanam Veda, ayatanavan Bhavati. This is a person who gets all of it. And then, of course, it goes after that, Nakshatranivam, Chandrama, Apam, and this thing, it goes, all the elements, they are all, you get all of them because of the intervention of water. So this is how it is explained over there. And of course, the ending of it, of course, goes with Nakarmanana Prajaya Dhanena Tyagena Aike Amrtatvamanashu. And so, only by having no attachment to all of this, you attain the Amrtatva, is this thing. So how it goes over there. So this is the Vedic side of it. Now, when we understand it from the perspective of how we look at water, many of you have seen that when any kind of puja or any worship is done, they will put a kalasha or a pot full of water, and then they will call upon all the, with intent, all the, rivers, holy rivers to come into the water, and then only you work with that, and that water is considered holy water. Very interestingly, experiments have been done by a Japanese researcher, he's no more, a person called Emoto. And if you search on Emoto in YouTube, you will see all the work that he has done. He collected water from different sources, and wherever you have this good holy water, if you freeze them, the nature of the crystals look very peaceful. Whereas on the other hand, if you get water from other sources, they won't have nice this thing. Now, another kind of experiment that has been done is that, you see, if you put intention in water, you see, water itself, if you have distilled water does not have much properties. Whereas on the other hand, natural water that comes from different sources, They already have minerals and various other things. And so they help the water molecules to form a structure whereby it allows for communication. The water molecules in our body is what enables the nervous system to communicate. That communication aspects within all the nadis in the system is enabled by water. And only because of that, your whole system works, the communication works, and that is why you're able to get everything as the Vedic hymn says. So anytime you have water that is not completely distilled pure water, but normal water with various minerals or whatever is in there, those water, if you look at a normal water molecule, it has the oxygen molecule has a binding with 2 hydrogen molecules, so that's why it is H2. But when they are bound, if you look under an electron microscope, they will look like the 2 atoms of hydrogen are approximately at 104 degrees to the oxygen molecule. Okay, and when with power of intent, with the whatever minerals acting as catalyst, you can the way in which the molecules are arranged, you can make them all like a vertical V or whatever, because the 2 atoms of hydrogen bound with the oxygen looks like an inverted V or the other V or a sideward V, but all the molecules can be arranged in a pattern whereby there is a pattern that promotes communication. So this patterned water is called structured water. And that structured water has interesting communication properties in the body. And what happens is the structured water can be created simply by intent. So our power of intent can create the structured water. And this is, of course, something which we can also test. We have something called a water tester to test all of these things. So that is the property of water, where when we say it is holy water, yes, indeed it is holy. And the structured water can help you to do things. And any positive thing will create the structure in the system. And that is why in any food before you eat, when you offer it to the divinity and take it, it becomes the moisture content in the food becomes empowering and something that helps you within. So that is in short, the discussion on water. We will continue this discussion of water another time. So with that, we will close over here. Keep all your questions ready for next time. So namaste and see you all.
Namaste. Thank you. Thank you.